along with 3 of the student athletes. Coach, obviously a phenomenal weekend here, phenomenal game tonight. Let's take the big picture first. 18 months ago, take this job. As a very confident college baseball coach, you knew you'd get here one day. Did you think it'd be this soon?
Yeah. I thought we'd do it last year, I guess. This is phenomenal. This is really, you know, it's a lot of things. I could talk for hours about what this means to me personally, but just how we got here. I've been asked that over and over again, and I've said it can't happen without great people and great student athletes and great players, and it's all the credit to them. You know, the coaches, we came in here with some energy. We wanted to teach. We wanted to try to put our philosophies in. We wanted to try to instill a culture, but you got to have the people that want to actually buy into that, and these guys certainly did. We started this season off with some lofty goals. I do not want, moving forward, you know, the Stetson Hatters to ever come off being arrogant or anything like that, but you know, we talked about, you know, regional championships and super regionals in Omaha, and we went after that every single day. And you know, we said if we're going to talk about those things, we got to work our fannies off all the time. And these guys certainly did. So, you know, obviously the coaching staff worked their butts. Dave Thurneau is just tremendous pitching coach. Student of the game, just prepares so well. Same thing with Coach Mercadante, Joe, and Brandon Brewer, and Tommy Vickers running around here. And, you know, I wouldn't have Tommy Vickers. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our athletic director, Jeff Altier, and our president. You know, so there's a lot of people that go into it. You can thank a lot of people, but I really think 18 months ago, to answer your question after a long answer, I didn't think we'd be here this quick.
Yeah. Coach, so last night you got a phenomenal pitching performance, and maybe tonight you might have got even one step better. Talk about Perk's performance.
Yeah, I mean, that was electric tonight. You know, obviously he's our go-to guy in any last situations. He's pitched up and needed in the tournament for us, up in the ASUN tournament, but just a competitor, a bulldog. I mean, you know, guys that we're going to go out and when we're going to recruit guys for years to come, when the staff's there, we're going to come back and say, what'd you think of him? And hopefully say, hey, he was just like a Jack Perkins, and you know, it's going to light us up pretty hard. You know, threw all his pitches for strikes, was hitting spots. You know, the bigger the scene for Jack, you know, the better he can go. And certainly, that is a big stage, and you know, we got some big ones coming up too. But that was phenomenal.
Questions?
Jacob Brooks, you guys ever been part of a 10-run inning that lasted nearly an hour before?
That was something amazing, and you know, I always say hitting's contagious, so he's trying to keep doing it. That was an hour.
Like 45 minutes. We need to get home by now if it wasn't for that.
Well, no, I've never been a part of a 10-run inning. I've been a part of some big ones. We had a big one last night, but you know, to score 8 with nobody out, and then you get 2 outs, Kusi comes up clutch, gets us 2 more, and that's a nail in the coffin right there.
Perk, what do you do during that? Take a nap or what?
I was watching, obviously, and I didn't know when to go throw, and then when we got out, I was like, all right, I should probably throw some, and we scored some more, and I was almost going to go throw some more, but didn't have to.
How often have you run down to the bullpen to stay loose during?
That was the first time.
Ever?
Yeah.
And what did you think? Were you told to go do it, or?
No, I figured I should do it on my own. I just went down, threw some balls pretty hard, and it was good.
I was wondering if you guys, from the players from left to right, give one word to describe that inning. Brooks, starting with you.
Can I give you 2 words?
Yeah.
All cylinders.
Awesome.
Blue collar.
How about you?
Just focused, locked in, laser focused, locked in.
Jack, how did the start feel for you compared to any of your other starts this year? In terms of your approach?
It was pretty hot out. I was sweaty. I didn't feel any more pressure than against NJIT in the regular season. I just felt like I needed to go out there and throw strikes, and that's what I tried, and that's what I did.
Coach, I don't know if you remember, but earlier this week when we spoke, we talked a little bit about how a lot of people thought that your squad was offensively challenged. Do you think you maybe answer some questions about that tonight?
Well, I was trying to say the last 20 games, I wish they would look at those averages because we got hot towards the end. And yeah, you know, I think we might have proved some people wrong. And you know, the guys, you know, really stayed focused. I think any hitting guy will talk to you about. You can teach all day long and hit balls off tee, but you got to have an approach. You got to stay focused, and you know, we started to improve those skills as you know the tournament time came up. And I'll tell you, there's something else, you know, about pressure. We talk about, you know, we said it over and over again. Those who feel pressure are those that aren't prepared, and we just tried to prepare as much as we can for, you know, the regular season, trying to win that thing, and then we prepared for the conference tournament, and then coming into regionals, we prepared the best we can. And it's not so much going out and hitting a billion balls. I mean, we take batting practice sometimes just in the cage because that's what our routines are, and we stick to routines. And these guys started to get better as the season goes on. A sign of a good team is they get better as you go. And you know, I think we got 16 or 17 in a row, and 18 in a row. You know, so we're playing our best baseball towards the end of the season. And anybody, you've heard that a million times, you got to play your best baseball down the stretch and towards the end.
I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but that's a program record.
Yeah, that's all right. That's good. So we got those are good records, and you know, we certainly got some goals coming up in this next week or two.
Coach, Spooner knocked in the first run of that rally, and on the first pitch, it looked like he showed bunt. Did you change your mind? Was that originally the call?
Yeah, I'll tell you, in all honesty, it was just almost microcosm of last night with Georgie, or no, Brooksy, I think it was. They play a defense that we haven't really seen before, where sometimes you put aggressive defense on, you crash late, and try to trap them. That's why we call them bunt traps. Or you play back. They were kind of already set up in the trap, and so we just started talking. We said, forget signs anymore. If they're going to be in a trap early, just swing. If they go back, then bunt, and that's all we did. And so they played back, and then we tried to bunt, and they trapped them early, way too. I thought it was early for us, and tipped it off. And you know, we got that done because we typically do bunt, but first and second, we're always trying to play for that 1 or 2 runs right there. And obviously, the big innings come because last night we had the same situation, and then that one happened tonight.
Coach, you don't know who you're going to play yet. Obviously, in a rain delay up in Chapel Hill right now. But regardless, how quickly can you guys turn this around? And I mean, I would assume that you guys want Friday, Saturday to get here as quickly as possible with the way you're playing right now.
Yeah, I think, you know, day of rest will be nice. I mean, all the 4 teams in this tournament really grinded out in heat and delays, and we had the least of it, obviously, because we stayed on the winter side. But you know, I think we just need a day of rest and kind of decompress for a day. I've always said you got to decompress a little bit too, so we're going to decompress tomorrow, and then I'm sure we'll get back at it tomorrow with our administration, trying to figure out once the super regionals are set. I know we'd love to have them here if that's still in the cards. I haven't really seen scores yet, and we'd love to bring that to DeLand. And if not, we're going to get on a plane or a bus or however else they get us up there and go play Chapel Hill. And I'm familiar with that place. I had a couple of regionals at Maine that we had to be there, so I know the good restaurants.
Guys, can you just give us a sense of the relief or whatever emotions you guys are feeling at the end of that inning? I mean, you score that many runs, and you know, you have Perk on the mound, and who obviously got off to a great start. But you know, just to give us an idea of what the emotions are like at the end of an inning like that.
What I was thinking, I'm sure everybody else was thinking too. We weren't satisfied at the end of the inning, trying to keep adding on, and obviously we didn't keep it going as strong as that one inning, but we kept it going.
I would say it wasn't necessarily a relief or anything like that. It was more of a fulfillment. You know, something we thought we could, you know, take care of from the fall when we started getting into that culture of winning and competing. And I think this is something we've seen coming, and it's just all been about, you know, playing good baseball down the stretch. So I think it's something that we all saw coming, and we just have to play the game right.
It wasn't so much relief for me, but it became easier. It's easy to pitch with a lead like that, and the guy gets on, you're not really pressing or anything, so I wasn't worried at all.
Brooks, how's the arm feeling? You didn't pitch at all this weekend.
It was great, guys. It was great. I was warming up. I think it was just, you know, getting him going a little bit, stop throwing balls.
Little extra motivation.
Give him a work in for the day or something like that. Yeah.
I told Brooks to leave his glove at home.
I did. I saw my breakfast and I said, "You're going 9 today, right?" And he said, "Yeah, just don't even. You can bring your bat, but don't bring your glove."
To Brooks and the coach, could you imagine winning most outstanding player of the tournament without being on the mound?
No. So I was sitting there and they're doing the announcements, and I'm like, all right, no, they're going to give it to Perk or Logan or one of the pitchers who were just ridiculous. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, I didn't even throw. I mean, I hit it pretty well, but I didn't even get on the mound, my main position. And I said my name. I was like, all right, guys, appreciate it.
7 of 12, 7 RBIs. That'll win you a lot of stuff. Not bad.
Yeah.
Now, 5 of those were doubles, I think.
Yeah, that was good. I think the same to emulate that. If you told me that we were going to get to a regional and Brooks wasn't going to pitch, I wouldn't have thought you were crazy, especially after we used a lot of bullets in that arm this year to get to where we are, and on multiple days and 3 days and multiple inning saves. We did it any way we could with Brooks, so he'll be fresh for next weekend.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, Coach.
Thanks.